What's up guys, welcome to Hardwin82 channel. I'm Adam and today we are gonna talk about upgrades. This will be the second part of my video about do you need a new computer or maybe you just need an upgrade. In my first part we talk about the CPUs. I think it is the most important thing in your computer. And in this part 2, we will talk about the RAM memory. Random access memory, or DRAM, dynamic random access memory. What the heck is that and why this is important? We will talk right now. Alright guys, welcome back. This time we are in my computer, so I'm gonna show you a few things, but before we start I need to say one thing. Why we are doing this. So the whole idea is this. Instead of going to the store and buy a new computer, my approach is a little bit different. Maybe your computer is good enough to do your task that you want to do, but need the small upgrade. This is quite common thing everywhere. Maybe you have a car and you wanna squeeze a little bit more juice. You're not going to the store and buy a new car. You can go and do remap, for example. You can change exhaust, you can install some different kind of software, put different turbos or whatever. There is always a space for improvement. You don't necessarily need to go and straight away buy new things. So let's talk about that. In my first episode, if you haven't seen this, would be nice if you have a look. It will be here, somewhere here. In my first episode we spoke about CPUs. This is very important, but now it's part 2, which is memory, not any memory. I'm talking about random access memory, the memory that CPU is using. This is the fastest memory you have in your computer. Imagine this, your computer, your CPU, like your brain, needs small space to do some calculations, or he needs to make some notes before he gives you an answer. It's exactly like you can do simple equations in your head, but a little bit more complicated equations you need to do on the piece of paper. So you take this piece of paper, make some notes, you do some calculations, you have the results and you give the results. So exactly the same idea. Your CPU, which is brain of the computer, needs this small piece of paper to do some calculation. Bigger piece of paper gives him more ability. The question is how much of this space you need, because we use computers in different way. Again, if you're professional, you will be requiring a lot of memory. If you are a student, maybe you don't need that. So let's talk about that. Do you need more memory? And another question, how much you're using at the moment. So how to check that? Okay, I will show you this simple, quick way. First, you need to press on your keyboard Ctrl Shift Escape, and you will have this window. It's called Task Manager. I was talking about this in my previous videos. If you haven't seen this, I recommend you to do that. So you go to the performance page and look at the memory section. So at the moment it's showing me I have 32 gigabytes of memory. 3.9 gigabytes is taken by something. So at the moment I'm using almost 4 gigabytes of memory and I have plenty more. I'm just using 12%. So I'm good. But I'm not running anything. I'm not doing anything. So the trick part is try to simulate whatever you want to do. You can play the game, you can open the program and have a look how this will change. For example, if I open my internet browser, let's have a look, and it's opening. Okay, so you see I have loads of tabs open. You see it the memory usage jumped from 4 gigabytes to 6. Let's open something else. Let's open another browser. I have lots of tabs here as well. And you see it went up again, 6.8 gigabytes. I'm still all right. So the small homework for you is open this task manager, leave it open like it is, open the game, open the program you're using every day, and have a look at this task manager again, how much memory you are using. I will tell you now what is dangerous level, let's say. If your usage goes up to 90-92%, that means you need more memory. So this will be indication that your usage of the computer requires more memory. Why it's not 100? Because the Windows operating system is smart. He will never allow to use memory in 100%. He always needs this small space for safety, let's say. He always needs to have some backup memory. He cannot just allow memory to be used in 100%. So it's quite common that you will never see 100%. You could see 100% with your drive, you could see 100% with your CPU, but it's not very common to see 100% with your memory. So if you reach around 90-92%, you need to consider buy more memory. Alright guys, like you see, I have plenty of memory. I have 32 gigs. Another way to check that information is just simply press on this icon, my computer or this PC, right click, right button of the mouse here, properties, and you have basic information about your PC. And here you have information how much RAM, random access memory, you have installed. In my case it's 32 because recently I upgraded from 16 gigabytes to 32. And I'm not using this, but I'm preparing myself for bigger projects and I will need that. Besides, I bought that very cheap on eBay. I will show you how to do that in a bit. So again, if your usage of the memory doesn't extend 90%, you are still good, but keep in mind to have a look at this from time to time. There's this simple small program that you need to have on your computer. It's called CPU-Z. I spoke about that in my previous videos. I'm not sure if you've seen this or not. So you need to have this. The link will be provided in the description. Once you open this, go to section memory, and again you have basic information about the memory. So for example, what speed you are running at the moment, the clock speed, stuff like that, how much of memory you have, and what type of memory. This is important, what type of memory you are using. So make notes of two things: type of the memory and the frequency that you are using. This will be important later. Let's go to another page. So we are on this page, it's called SPD, and you have memory slots here. Depends from the motherboard you're using. You could have, usually you have 2 slots of memory or 4. This is most common setup. Let's have a look how much I have, and you will see how much you have if you do that as well. So just click here, and I know I have 4 memory slots. What that means exactly? That I can put 4 different modules every single slot. So in slot 1, I have that kind of memory. It says DDR4, manufacturer G.Skill, and some other informations. Slot 1, 2, 3, 4. Like you see, in 4 slots I have exactly the same memory. Ideal situation for you is you have at least 2 slots and only 1 is taken. Only one of those will be taken. So if you press slot 1, this will be filled with information. if you press slot 2, and if it's empty, the whole page will be empty. What that tells you? That you have one empty slot and you can use it for another module. So this would be great news for you. In my case, you could be in the same case. Let's have a look. All slots are taken. So can I do upgrade? Yes and no. No, because all slots are taken. Yes, because I can always sell those modules on eBay and buy bigger ones. So instead of having one module 8 GB, I can sell all of those. So I have, let's have a look. Slot 1 8 GB, slot 2 the same, so I have 16. Slot 3, so I have 3 multiplies 8, which is 24 gigs. And slot 4, another slot filled with module 8 GB, so I have 4 slots multiply 8 GB, which is 32. You could have similar situations, so in your case you need to sell those modules on eBay, and you can buy, let's say, 2 modules with 16 GB per slot. Now the question is what memory you can put to your computer without having any problems. Okay, let's find out. Another page here in the same program, it's called mainboard. You need to have a look, you need to Google that information. 2 things are important: manufacturer and model number. So let's have a look. In my case is this. Whatever you have here, place it in Google and click on the first result. So let's have a look. Okay, so you're looking at the specification. You have all information you need. I was talking about 4 slots. So you have this is slot number 1, slot number 2, slot number 3, and slot number 4. I have 4 slots taken. You could have 2, you could have 4. I don't know. You need to tell me. If you want, you can place the comment under this video and I will help you. So what information you're looking for? You're looking for what kinds of memory your motherboard supports. So my motherboard supports DDR4 up to this weird number 4266. What that means? That means the speed of the memory, the frequency, how fast the memory is working. So maximum you can put the memory with that speed. Let's have a look what I have at the moment. So you're probably curious what you have. So if you have a DDR4 like me, have a look again at the CPU page, and under this section memory I have a DRAM frequency. It shows me 1500 megahertz, but is it really 1500? No, it's 3000 megahertz. Why I am multiplying this by 2? Because of the memory I'm using. I'm using DDR, which stands from double data rate. I'm hoping I'm not making any mistake here. So you need to double that. So potentially I could go even with a faster memory. Sometimes it's good to know that things. Alright, so this is first very important part of your investigation, but it's not enough. You need to go a little bit deeper. Nothing complicated, you just need to check a few other things. So this is very good information about what kind of memory your motherboard supports, but all motherboards has limitations. So maybe you will not be able to have more than, let's say, 32 gigabytes of memory. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Maybe your maximum is 64, maybe your maximum is only 16 gigabytes. So you need to have a look. So this is very important part of your investigation, but you need to check something else. Let's go to specification. Let's go to this memory section. And another important thing is, what is your maximum? What is the maximum capacity of system memory. That tells you how much memory you can install in total. You need to consider this because you might have, let's say, already 64, and doesn't matter if you have still some empty slots, this will not work. So you need to consider that. The last thing you can check, it's not necessary but could be nice if you have a look. Go to this support page. Every motherboard supplier has this, and look for memory information. So like in my previous video I was talking about CPU support list, which tells you what kind of CPUs you can install to your motherboard. This section will tell you what kind of memory you can install. So the full list of the memory is provided here. So you can have a look at the vendors. Maybe you have your favorite one. I like G-Skill, I like HyperX. What else is very good? AData is a very good company as well. Or you don't care about the vendor, maybe you care about the speed, so have a look at the speed. One of the fastest. What is the fastest memory you can install? In my case, it's for example Patriot. This one. I can also have a look at the size. So you have loads of information here. Back in the day, that page was very important. You could end up buying the memory, which in theory is compatible with your motherboard, but you installed that memory and it wasn't working. But that was long time ago. I think these days no one has that problem. So I think you will be good simply just by going on eBay, putting information like, let's say, DDR4, 16 or 32 gigabytes, press enter and have a look what you can buy. So we have vendor, we have speed and maximum size per module. In my case, it's 16 gigabytes. So I could put maximum 4 modules, each 16 gigabytes. I hope this is clear enough. For example, if I don't want to take any chances, I don't want to have problems with compatibility, I would probably try to find the memory that I liked on this list. I would copy that and I will try to find that memory somewhere on, let's say, eBay, on Google, on other computer stores. I will try to buy that, but good luck with that. Depends from where you live, you could have some problems. Some of the memory is made only for one market and you will not see that memory in Europe. You will see only this in, let's say, America, or opposite, or some memory are made mainly for Asian market and you will struggle to find that somewhere else. The most important information is that your memory is this is the type of the memory, this is the vendor, which is the company that makes this is the speed of the memory, and this is the size. Alright guys, I think in general this will be end of this video. I'm not gonna tell you how to install the memory because it's super freaking easy and there are many videos on the internet how to do that. Alright guys, I hope this video was helpful for you. This will be the end of part 2. And I hope you enjoy it. If you found it interesting, consider subscribing. You can smash that like button if you want. If not, that's still okay, but consider subscribing. And yeah, I will see you next time. Thank you.